Hello and welcome to video number 11 of what we're calling the Facility Design 101 for Cannabis Production Facilities. My name's Chris Besnoy with ICE TV, brought to you by icecan.com. We've already gone through most of the facility. Now we've gone through the offices, secured storage, the processing areas. We're now heading into the shipping area. Sometimes it's called shipping and receiving. In this particular design, ideally, it's just shipping. I'll tell you why that's important as we dive in. So let's take a look. Right now we're talking about this area right here, this shipping area. You'll notice the shipping area is close to your processing. That's a smart idea because obviously cannabis will be going outside of your facility through the shipping area. The shipping area features a double door. This is ideal. It could have a static leaf that's removable, but this is ideal for larger shipments. The idea is you may have cannabis that's going out in a skid. If you let's be honest, if you have cannabis going out in the skid, you're doing quite well. But the point being is bigger packages than just a small box. You want to give couriers the ability to open up these double doors. We'll have a static leaf to make sure you can secure one door and only have one open, or you can have both open. I typically like to put a video intercom outside of this space so that a courier can be led into your fence compound or been told to go to the back of the building. They can buzz somebody inside the building. That person inside can look at the video and know that it's the courier. They can make sure that they're standing outside, maybe give commands and say, hey, listen, courier, could you please wait a second? I'll be with you in a moment. Either way, video intercom I think is extremely important for shipping, receiving, and also front reception. Nonetheless, double doors protected with door contacts and a static leaf. You could also have an overhead door. Overhead doors are ideal because obviously they open up, leaving the whole entire area open for transactions. You can secure the door through the motor of the motorized gate and of course an overhead door contact. Whichever way you choose, double doors are fine. Overhead doors are fine. Double doors, you're also going to have electronic access control, which means your static leaf is going to have a power transfer bar. It gets a little tricky when we're using just electric strikes for double door protection. I won't go too far into the security. Go ahead and watch my other video series where I talk about security for a medium-sized facility. Nonetheless, I would recommend an overhead door. In this particular design, we went with double doors. Also meant for egress. Keep in mind, you may not be able to do an overhead door. Overhead door will not comply for egress. I can guarantee you that. It's got to be a crash bar and a swinging door that goes out. Sometimes can go in, but generally it swings out. Enough about that. That's a double door leading outside. You also have a main entrance door from your production facility. I would have access control on this door, not leading this direction, but rather leading this direction. The reason being is that you could have a shipper inside of this space. You could have a courier. You could have a truck driver inside of this space. You don't want to give them the ability to just walk right into your production hallway. That's a security no-no. So we're going to make sure we're going to have access control, electronic or key, on this door specifically so that nobody can just walk right into your main production hallway. Door leading this way could be free entrance. The reason being, anybody inside of your production facility has already authenticated. They've already, swiped their card on the front door, swiped their card on the second door, swiped their card on the third door, et cetera, et cetera. They're already allowed to be in the facility. So therefore, why restrict access? The idea is that whenever there is a cannabis shipment, a courier can come to this back door, use the video intercom, talk with somebody inside the facility. It could be a security guard that will leave and go through to get to the secured storage. It could be a master grower. It could be GPP, whomever you deem necessary to be able to do that transaction. They will come into the secured storage room. They'll grab the shipment, obviously prepackaged, ready to go with the label on it, and they will leave this area, head into the shipping to do the transaction. You'll sign for whatever documents you need to sign. The courier will take whatever shipments are necessary, and they'll leave the actual shipping room. Now, you'll notice that this does not say shipping and receiving. This is actually ideal. The reason being is that shipping is a fairly simple process. It's very quick, and it doesn't require that much space. You don't need to have anything else in here other than a few cameras, maybe a table for signing documents. Either way, this is an open space to be able to bring cannabis shipments from secured storage to shipping. You'll notice that this design also has a receiving area separate from shipping. This is ideal for the main reason that when you receive products, you're going to have to put them in quarantine. So the idea is that if you have a common shipping and receiving, you could have a shipment of soil sitting right here. You could have a shipment of extraction bottles sitting right here, waiting for the QA to clear it, waiting to be sanitized before it goes into the production facility. So you now have a cannabis shipment going out, going through secured storage into shipping, And now your courier or the truck driver is in the shipping area when you've got a whole bunch of other product in here. It's just not ideal. And not to mention the fact you have to quarantine and you have to sanitize that product before it goes into the facility. So it's ideal to have a separate shipping area if you can. If you can't, make sure the shipping and receiving is a fairly large area. You'll find that you'll run out of real estate fairly quickly. Inside of this space, it does not need to be built to the GXP standard. It does not need to have washable walls. It does not need to have an epoxy-coated floor. It does not need to have sanitized work lights in it, mainly because this is considered a dirty space. Right here is where, as soon as you open up these two double doors, you're subjecting this space to dust, to dirt, to snow, whatever the case may be. This cannot be considered a clean space and will not be considered a clean space anymore. Therefore, it's considered a dirty space. Some things to watch out for. You may want to put an airlock here from your shipping into your main production hallway that has a door. Reason being, you go to the secured storage, you bring out your shipment through this door, you come in through shipping, and you're automatically considered dirty. You're gowned, but you're inside of a dirty environment. If you come back through this door, you basically run the risk of tracking contaminants back into your main production hallway. Instead, you put a door here, make this an airlock, and allow for somebody to get re-gowned. So they take off their gown, they throw it into a little laundry basket, they get another gown, and they enter in the facility cleaner than when they left. So the idea is that it's possible you can do so. It's not necessarily a requirement. Be mindful of going through to shipping is a dirty area. If you come back in, you run the risk of having contamination in your hallway. The only way to solve it, if you're not going to be doing an airlock or a secondary entrance, is that anytime there's cannabis shipments going through here, your security cleared staff does the shipments, the courier or the truck driver leaves, and then your staff leaves the facility through the exit door, comes around, through reception, back through reception again, into the gowning area, gets re-gowned, through here, back into the facility. You can see how it's not a major deal. If it's summertime, it's all right. If it's wintertime, your staff would probably curse you for making them walk in 20 feet of snow. Things to consider. There are ways around it. Just be mindful. Separate shipping and receiving is ideal. You may want to put an airlock here just to make sure you are fully compliant and clean. The other option is to put a wall with a door, but then have a transaction window. Much like we have in security, you can have a transaction window here. So shipper comes in, courier or truck driver comes into this space. They meet with you through this window. It's big enough to be able to facilitate a box, let's say. You go ahead and get through the secured storage, get your shipment, come back out, pass them the box through this transaction window. The courier or truck driver accepts it, gives you documentation to sign, and eventually that courier or truck driver leaves and you're still within the clean environment. Options to consider. This facility chose not to do it. Either way, it's not non-compliant. We just have to throw SOPs and some logic around the shipping process. Next video, we're going to go into the destruction room. This is actually destruction or denaturing. We'll go through that in another video in a little bit more depth. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. This informative video was brought to you by IceCan.com, the industry's first marketplace for new and used equipment. Whether you're looking for brand new equipment for your cannabis venture, maybe you're looking for some used equipment, we can easily source that for you and ship it to you anywhere in the world, right to your front doorstep. Maybe you're looking for some services. We know a lot of great people in this industry. You've been around for the past 10 years. We can easily help you and refer you to anybody that you may need, whether it's advisory services, regulatory compliance, maybe you're looking for some funding for your cannabis venture. Either way you look at it, we can easily help source that consultancy or that service you may need. Once again, thanks for watching. This is Ice TV, brought to you by IceCan.com.